Hey guys, Jonathan here, and today I've got an early review of the Avengers Assemble Age of Ultron set that'll retail for $100 when it comes out on August 1st. Now, this popped up locally at Target, and got the receipt for it right here. Pretty crazy to find something this early, and LEGO actually did send me this early to review as well, but the embargo isn't for a few days yet, and since I found it earlier, I can open up this copy and get it reviewed. So let's go ahead and get the box opened up. But one thing I wanted to show you, look how cool the side art of the box is. It's literally that scene from Age of Ultron. I love it so much. And now let's get it opened and built and check it out. All right, so we've got these thumb tabs on the back. A little tricky to open. And we've got plastic bags. So let's get them built and open. Oh my gosh, look at that. Hulk's body is just floating around in the box. They didn't even put it in like a protective bag or anything. That's crazy. Okay, guys, I've got it built up, and I'll show you the minifigs at the end, but this set is a behemoth. It actually only has 613 pieces, so at $100, the price-to-piece ratio is kind of far off, but we do have 9 minifigs that kind of help make up for it, and the display looks great. Of course, it's depicting that slow-mo scene from Age of Ultron where they're all jumping, and I actually think it translates to LEGO pretty well. I'm really happy with it, honestly. It is a little bit smaller than I thought based off of like the box art that we saw at the time of the reveal. There's a lot going on here. There are some play features, but this is definitely a little bit more aimed at just being like a semi-diorama type thing, but it's not built in the diorama way that like the Statue of Liberty head is, so because the word liberty is on my mind, it kind of takes some liberties in the way that it's built, but I really like it overall. There are a couple things that kind of disappoint me, which we'll get into as we go along, but overall, I do really like this, and I definitely think it is worth the $100 price tag with all 6 Avengers being included. This is the only set other than Avengers Tower that comes with all 6 Avengers at once, which is a pretty cool claim to fame in and of itself, and all LEGO sets inevitably go on sale at some point, so if you can hold out to get this on any kind of discount, it's definitely worth it then. But even still, as it sits, I really like it, so let's start showing you why. Alright, so in the minifigure department, we get 2 Hydra Troopers. Now, these are identical, and they are new for this wave, but we do get some army builders, because we get these 2, we get one with a jetpack we'll look at in a second, and the Iron Legion set comes with one more, so technically, you actually get quite a few to army build with. You can lift up the helmet and see that there is some detailing underneath the helmet, and overall, they're just really nice figures for army building, but nothing too crazy. That being said, we also get these giant white stud shooters. I'm not a big fan of how big these guns are. They're a little comical to me, but we are talking about little plastic people, so I mean, it is what it is. And we get one more variant, like I said, that has just a little brick-built jetpack on the back. I do appreciate that LEGO went out of their way to make him just a little bit more unique and movie-accurate in that sense. So, just a cool little addition. Now, Black Widow is the same Age of Ultron Black Widow we got before in the Captain America and Black Widow motorcycle set. Of course, she does have great leg printing here that's completely unique to this figure, and just like all Black Widows, she uses the same reversible head with the kind of sneering face on the other side, but not too much to say here. I mean, it definitely makes a lot of sense that she was included here. Arm printing would have been nice, but I suppose it's not a total deal breaker. Up next, we have the new Age of Ultron Iron Man. Now, he's not exclusive to this set because he also comes in the Iron Legion set, but I did feel led to leave the studs on his hands because this version, it's integral to have those so that he can connect into the set, as we'll see in just a little bit. That being said, you can lift the helmet up just like all other Iron Mans, and just like all other Iron Mans, there's the HUD on Tony's face on that side, so that's very cool. And you guys know I'm not a huge fan of the new helmet style. The original helmet style is my favorite. I just think that they look the best for nostalgia reasons, and I don't know, they're just so branded with LEGO to me that they're perfect. But of the new helmet styles, I do think that this print here is the best one we've gotten to date, and I think LEGO is finally sticking the landing with getting the printing right on these kind of flat pieces. But the torso print and the leg print on this is absolutely immaculate, and I love it. But speaking to things I don't love, the new Thor. Because it's not new. The only new thing here is the red cape, which is super cool in its own right, to be fair. It's the same cape that comes on the Ragnarok version of Thor from that set, so if you're going to get that, you're getting the red cape there. Absolutely no doubt in my mind they're going to use this on Superman if we get Superman minifigs again someday, but as you can see, you could actually remove and put the cape back on without removing the minifig's head, which is quite cool. What I'm disappointed about here is that this is technically the Thor suit from the first Thor movie or the first Avengers movie. Those are pretty similar too, but I'm pretty sure it's based off the first Thor movie. Obviously, that's not what he wore in Age of Ultron, so giving us just a new torso, I'm not even asking for leg printing, just a new torso would have been great. And I think LEGO really skipped out there. Now, of course, this is the same Thor head they've been giving us for a while now, which has, like, kind of a little bit of gray accenting in the beard. And, of course, he didn't technically have the lightning eyes yet. I guess he does kind of have lightning in his eyes when he has the flashback scene in Age of Ultron, but come on, that's splitting needle hairs. I do really like this big translucent blue piece that goes onto the handle of Mjolnir to show him casting lightning, but overall, I think this minifig is pretty disappointing aside from the inclusion of that new red cape. Now, for Captain America, we've got an interesting one here. It is the Age of Ultron cap that they gave us last year, but I believe this is the first time they've given us an official way to mount Cap's shield to his back. Of course, it's just a brown drape piece that goes around the neck and a brown clip piece, but overall, it is really, really cool. And, yeah, the rest is pretty much the same, though. Cap helmet with the straps, you know, the smirk on the back. You know the whole deal. We've seen it a bunch, but overall, I do think this minifig holds up well, although leg printing would have been super nice, but I'm sure you knew I was going to say that. All right, here we've got Hawkeye from Age of Ultron, a really great new minifig with awesome leg and torso printing that's exclusive here. Pretty generic head, all things considered, and the same hair from Hawkeye from the CMF and from Avengers Tower, but that new torso and leg print is absolutely immaculate. We also get a quiver on his back, which we can lift up so you can see that awesome print on the back of the torso as well, and LEGO really spared no expense with this new Hawkeye. It looks great, and I'm super excited about it, but then it makes me be like, how did we not get a new torso for Thor to get the whole Age of Ultron roster here? Just feels so weird. I'm never going to be able to live up with that Thor thing. It's really bothering me. And here we've got the Hulk, who is brand new and exclusive to this set. Now, the head that we get in this one is the same head that's in the Avengers versus the Leviathan set. So technically you can get that head there, but the body here with the awesome printing on the pants are exclusive to this set, and I really love that. Of course, just like all Hulks, his arms are posable, his wrists are posable, and with these new ones, the head is posable too, because the head is completely removable, as you can see, and the hair is removable too. When we spin him around, he's got studs on his back, and overall, it is just an awesome minifig. And, well, I guess he's technically a big fig, not even a minifig, but I really, really like this one, and LEGO knocked it out of the park for sure. So as far as play features go, you could go ahead and push this tab that blows up the bunker, as you could see, by pushing that up. So that's really cool. But as far as the construction goes, if we turn it on the side, you can actually remove this entire bunker part, which you can see has like a little enclave that you could put one of your Hydra troopers in to hide out. And then, of course, up top, we have the spinning turret with the stud shooters, which is pretty cool in its own right. But if you don't have the shelf space, you could just display it like this. And in fact, the back tower is completely removable too. So if you just wanted to display this part, which I think looks pretty cool in and of itself, you could certainly do that. We're going to come back to the middle section here in just a minute. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and take a look at the tower. You can see that it uses these minecart track pieces to build up the tower all the way to the top. And just like the movie, Thor is zapping his way through. We've got the lightning bolt there, and overall, it just looks great. We've got some sandbags up there, which are pretty cool, as well as the Hydra Trooper that has the jetpack from earlier that we saw. And overall, I really like the tower build here. Okay, so now that brings us to the middle section of the build, which of course is what we're all here to see. I think it's really interesting how, like, on Hulk's foot here, they built it up so Hulk can be at an angle. We also have the truck here at an angle. Looks like that piece came off, but it still puts the truck at an angle, so it looks fine. We've got these kind of road spikes here. I guess they're bigger than road spikes, but you know what I mean. Then we've got some trees falling over and going in different directions. Overall, it's really great. The truck itself has some decent interior detail, although we don't really need anybody to drive it. But if you take it out of here, it's actually a perfectly functional vehicle. You know, the wheels spin and all that good stuff, so that's cool. Captain America's motorcycle is on one of those long column pieces there. And then Iron Man has one of the translucent pieces that clips into the tree here and has him flying into action with all his Avenger buddies. So I really, really like the way this displays on its own. But even with those side builds, it's pretty great too. Honestly, I could see a reality where LEGO would just make, you know, just this part and would get rid of this part, but they probably had a budget that they needed to make a $100 set, so they got this as close as they could. But with all those minifigs we looked at, it definitely holds up some amazing value. So with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap up the review and call it a day. All right, guys, let me know what you think of this set in the comments down below. Like I said, I'm really, really happy with it, and overall, I think it's just a phenomenal set. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you think, so drop a comment down below, and be sure to stay tuned to my channel for all the August Marvel set reviews coming very soon.